Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of gold and silver. We'll go through dollar, 10-year yield, and then the precious metals and companies. And I'll give you my financial opinion. So here we go, guys. We're going to jump right in. So here's the dollar. If you kind of look at this, we've got kind of a squeezing up here, and it's breaking to the downside. So that's good for commodities and precious metals having a weaker dollar like this. We are breaking lower with a little bit more oomph to it. We've got a nice good move here, smaller up move. We got larger down days here, small little up days. So I do think this is going to head lower and kind of fall over here when we break out of this area that we just broke out of. So it does look like the dollar is going to head lower. This will be a tailwind for commodities and precious metals. The 10-year yield dropping some. That's actually good for gold to have the 10-year yield drop and the dollar drop. That's usually a good tailwind for it. And looking at gold, gold's heading on up. We're up about $16 today. We'll see if this support line holds where we at right now. There's your line that I just kind of circled there. And let's see if this can get a bounce higher. Again, I'm not in the game of making predictions. I'm in the game of positioning. And I think down in here, whenever we hit down here, that's a good spot to be looking at adding. Silver, another one that's just moving sideways, got a little bit of a bullish engulfing almost. It's not a huge one, so I wouldn't put too much weight on it, but it is one. We just have to see if the buyers want to step in here and push it higher. Platinum, trying to find a bottom in here. Again, I like it in this general vicinity for adding in physical precious metals in terms of platinum. If it heads lower, I'm definitely a buyer. If it heads on up, well, I mean, I guess I'd be a buyer as well. But I like it in this general vicinity where it's at. XAU to gold ratio, we're right at that resistance line. Again, we're right on it. You can barely see the day today because it was kind of flat. And we are coming up through this line. That's what we want to break. We break that, I think the miners will have a pretty good run. And then looking at the mining companies, let's go to the daily. This is daily candlestick. So each candlestick's a day, trading day. Looks like we've got pretty good momentum. We got a big bullish engulfing. I still think this wants to go on up so long that gold allows it. What I mean by that is the price of gold. If it moves higher, I think these will all go. They all look positioned to go higher. This is a kind of a retest move. I do think eventually this will go up. We are sitting above its pattern. Everything looks good to go. Same with Fortuna Silver Mines. Looks good to go with a nice, good bullish engulfing sitting on top of the pattern. That usually resolves itself upward with time. SILJ on top of the pattern. Got a little bit of a bullish piercing pattern yesterday. We have a little bit of a kind of a lost momentum day, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. GDX, bullish engulfing sitting on top of a pattern. That's a good spot to continue higher. Looking at metallic minerals, we're right at that spot that we're trying to break to the upside. Looks like we had a lot of buying pressure today. Up 6.76. We went all the way up to 0.39 and came back. A little bit of selling pressure up here, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll work our way higher. Koya Resources getting a little bit more of a sell-off today. Looks like we're breaking below the support line, heading a little bit lower. Discovery Silver. Again, we're right at this support area. We've got, looks like a little bit of support underneath, resistance above us. We'll try to break out eventually. Just need silver to move. We've got First Majestic Silver broken out of its downtrend line, and we're just meandering our way higher. Newmont, we're on top of the pattern, already running. So this looks really good for a continued move higher. Mag Silver, we're still within the pattern. Still have some work to do. Yamana Gold's it's been running to the upside. When we look at this, looks great from a long-term perspective to move on up. Impact Silver, let's zoom in on it. We're still on top of the support resistance area. So here's support, resistance. So we Getting through here has been tough, and we come back and we're resting on top of it. Aftermath silver looks like it's trying to get a little bit of momentum here. I actually like Aftermath silver right where it's at. This kind of has a booty, a booty bottom-esque looking type pattern. And I usually like buying in this general vicinity down here. You got to be patient, guys. This is a patient one. This isn't one that's, I mean, it could just take off, but it's more of a patience game on that. Platinum group metals. We've broken the downtrend line. Everything looks good still to move higher eventually. And then Sivigny, Stillwater. It's been chopping sideways. It does have some momentum coming down here. I mean, that's why it's coming like this. Looking at the royalty companies, Sandstorm Gold, I like it right here, guys. This is one I really like. It's in a good spot for, I think, a move higher potentially. Franco-Nevada moving on higher today, looking fantastic, guys. It's going to take a break here. We're going to break and run. Looks like it's ready to go. EMX is still right below its downtrend line. We have the lows kind of stepping up into it. Teuton Resources looks like it's getting a little bit of buying pressure, breaking out of the top channel here. So that looks pretty good. Wheaton Precious Metals getting a little more buying pressure today. We're going to try to attack this resistance line. Gold Royalty. Gold Royalty, it's struggling a little bit. Just moving sideways. Metallo Royalty, a good spot, in my opinion, is right where it's at. Long-term picture, it's in this area. Broken the downtrend line. We've got support right underneath it. Good spot. MMX, another one that's sitting on top of its pattern. That's where I like to typically accumulate. Okay, backed out a little too far there. That's where I accumulate, right there. Royal Gold continues to run higher, and that's why I usually don't sell. Looking from a long-term perspective, guys, this looks really strong. Like it's going to hit all-time highs here at any second. If it hasn't already. It's a closed all-time high. Well, Cisco Gold Royalty, another one that I like buying right on this support area. That's one that I would be looking at right now if I were you guys. And then Altius, this is a bunch of different like potash, precious metals, a whole bunch of stuff in it. Still looks good. We're just making our way higher. So overall, guys, it looks pretty good. It looks solid. And there's a lot of companies that I would be looking to add into based on them sitting on top of the pattern. And that's where I add. I just add into it and then I wait. I think the market conditions are all good for a continued move higher and everything is good. I mean, that's the way that I view the sector. Would I be buying physical metals? I would be buying physical platinum right now myself. And I'm trying to do a deal off a guy with Craigslist to buy some ounces if it goes through. We'll see. Seems like he's pretty busy. But give me a thumbs up, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want, check out my website. It's below. You can sign up. We are going to do a meeting this weekend on Saturday. We'll talk about a bunch of different things. Maybe I'll go over a question. I'll answer all your guys' questions if you guys have questions. Sometimes I chart some of your guys' patterns and stuff. You can see exactly what I like. I'll give my opinions on what I'm buying and what I'm looking at. And I think a lot of people get a lot of value out of that. So if that sounds really interesting, you have to be a platinum member to gain access to that information. And if you're a silver member and you want to go into that, you can always, upgrade to the platinum. Just let me know and I'll give you the discount of the silver if you're on a yearly plan or whatever. I can make it work. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks for listening. This is Finding Value.